Greetings, fellow planeswalkers of all ages. How y'all doing today? This is Fatal Draw himself. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and hit that notification bell, and go ahead and drop a comment down below if I can spicing up my videos and help y'all out. Got 43 subs now. Thank you to my new subs. I appreciate it. We're closing in on that 50 mark, and we're gonna be doing a big giveaway by then. So get ready for that. Also, I got my first win. I got the bundle battle win. Yeah. But in all seriousness, I appreciate Mr. Clever, Magic Trevor, and Paul's Brown. Clever actually started the whole thing with the bundle battles and everything like that. So me challenging him was kind of something I wanted to do. But in all honesty, it's all on him. He's the one that started. He should get credit for that, being the whole bundle battle deal. But anyway, I think I got all that out the way. I want to go ahead and by the way, if you haven't checked out the channels, go right ahead. They're an amazing group of people. So I'm gonna do something a little different today. I'm gonna do a common mistake video for people, newer players that go into their first big tournament. Now, before I jump into this, I want to let y'all know that I went for my CAT scan today. In about a week or so, I'll know the results. I'll let y'all know how that turns out. But we'll jump straight into this. Rule number one, or my number one on my list, is when you go into your first bigger event, you count your cards in sideboard. You go in before you start gameplay. Make sure you got 60 in your main. You count, double count, triple count. Make sure there's at least 60 and not 59 or nothing like that. And you can go over 60, of course, but you want to keep it at 60. But always double count, triple count that. Sideboard, make sure it's 15. Double count, triple count, all that as well, because people will call you out on it and you will get DQ'd because of it. That just happens in the competitive style event, and that's what's going to happen. So moving quick here, so I'm going to try to make this video short, is triggers. And I'm not just talking about your triggers, I'm talking about your opponent's triggers as well. Say one of your cards interacts with another card on your board. One card enters the battlefield, it triggers another card's ability, and you gain life off of it, and it triggers another card's ability. When you gain life, put a +1 counter on this card. Make sure you keep up with all your triggers. Make sure you know your deck, how your triggers work, and keep up with your opponent's triggers as well. If you're not for sure, just ask them, like, hey, where's your triggers going, and as to why. Because if they miss triggers or anything like that, they're not going to tell you or anything like that. You got to check that yourself. And if you think there's some kind of complication in it, or if they did it on purpose, call a judge over and get that straightened out. So make sure, check your triggers and your opponent's triggers. Now, moving on to number 3 is giving info. Now, what I mean by giving info is, like, say like with me, if I got my backs up against the ropes, I don't sit there with, I don't do that. I keep a smile on my face, let them know I'm still in the game. That's giving your opponent info. Also, if you're drawing cards and they're not that great, you're not pulling that great of draws, don't let your opponent see that. Like, you pull a draw and you're like, oh, God. Don't do that. Don't do that. I always let them think that, like, what I do is I play mind games with my opponents. You can do this as well. I'll top deck a card, and it's the card I actually need. I'll be like, oh, man, I ain't gonna do nothing for me. And I'll throw it in my hand. And it it gave my opponent a little bit of info, but it wasn't the right info. So you see where I'm getting at, is like, when you give info to your opponent, there's bad and your good info that you can give. You can either play the mind games, but always make sure that you're not giving your opponent info that your back's against the ropes and you're having struggles with your draws or something like that. So we're gonna move on from there to number 4. Number 4 is hold cards if need be. Say you're running against a deck that has a lot of board wipes. You want to hold some creatures back. You don't want to play every one of your creatures bam, 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 bam. across the board and knowing that your opponent's got board wipes, because you want to have creatures to refill in your hand to throw back on the field after you get time wiped or Kaya's Raft or something like that. You want to have cards in your hand to refill your board afterwards. So make sure you keep cards in hand. Now, also that includes lands. That may throw off a little bit, but hear me out. Say your top end of your deck is a 6-drop. You got 7 lands out. You got no cards in hand or 2 cards in hand. They're both lands. Hold them 2 cards. Don't play your lands, because you're giving your opponent info that all he's got is lands. So I'm just keep on swinging in or doing whatever I got to do. Now, you hold 2 cards up, your opponent's over there thinking like, he's got that much mana untapped. He's got 2 cards in hand. He didn't play a creature. What's going on? What kind of trick that he got up his sleeve? And it's going to make your opponent think about their next move, and it could cost them to do a move that they didn't need to do at that particular time, or it may have them do something differently than what they would have done if you had played that land or played, and got rid of the cards in your hand. So always keep cards in hand if need be. Remember that. Number 5, what I see a lot of people doing is, say your game ends in 20 minutes. Your match ends, boom. I see people get up, walk around, and go outside. They'll go to the front counter, hang out there, talk, look at binders through cards and stuff like that. Me, I sit at the table that I was playing at, and I look around me and I watch the games. I'll check the people out around me, what they're playing, how their decks are running, what type of deck they're running, their style of play, how they go about where they are with countering, when they want to counter, when they want to play their creatures, how aggressive are they, how non-aggressive are they, and stuff like that. I pick up a lot of info during bigger tournaments doing this. And I'll sit and I'll watch the game, and I see a lot of people get up and not do that. So I suggest you sit back and watch these games as they're going on. And you ain't got to the entire time. That's just what I do. And also, I'm going to throw in a bonus one here as well. Sideboarding. Sideboarding is very, very important. Like right now, Azorius Control is the deck. Right now I'm currently building a replica of the Azorius Control deck that won the championship. Now I'm taking my deck and fine-tuning it to beat Azorius Control. Okay? And that includes a lot of sideboard action. I'm not trying to develop my deck to specifically beat just that deck. I'm just trying to make sure if I run into that deck, which I more than likely will in these events, is that I can beat it. I will have that confidence level that I can beat it. And if you ain't got the cards that you need to be able to do that, use proxies. Use proxies and try doing that. And, play test your deck as much as you can against it, and sideboard your cards in as need be to be able to combat that style of deck and combat other styles as well, like the aggro decks and stuff like that. A lot of people be playing mono red, aggro. Make sure you got sideboard against that. Control, sideboard against that. You gotta have your sideboard set for certain things, but your deck, play it the way you'd play it and against any type of deck, and see how it runs. Then do your sideboarding in as you go. But before I end this video, I want to give a big thank you to everybody and everybody's support. Y'all have been huge in helping me get through some of these tougher times and everything like that. Thank you to Clever Magic Trevor and Paz for sharing our latest bundle battle, the Bermuda Triangle bundle battle of the MTG brothers. I mean, it was awesome. I enjoyed it. Win or lose, nobody lost. We was having fun, and I would have been fine with losing. And I'll actually do a giveaway with Paz when he does his giveaway. So, it's just it's a giving back to the community, and it's been awesome. And like I said, we're almost at 50, so share this video any way you can. Let's hit that 50 mark so I can give that big giveaway away. And let's try to reach 100 by, month's end's coming up. I may have shot a little high for that, so let's get to 50 for the month's end, okay? If it all need be, but if not, it's cool too. I'm good with that. I'm good with slow rolling it. But until then, guys, have fun. That's the biggest thing in Magic is have fun. And like Clever and Paul says, pay it forward. Until then, guys, Fatal Draw is out, and may you draw well.